Boys, we're so back. We're so back. Week 1 of college football is here. And we got a loaded slate for the first week of college football. I'm going to go over 10 games and give you my picks for all these games. And we're going to do this all throughout the whole season, every week. We're going to do weekly picks. You guys keep track of your own records down in the comments below and let me know who you guys think is going to win. Also, make sure to give a like in the video and subscribe to the channel for some more. So, first game this week, we got Auburn at Baylor. This is a matchup I've been going back and forth on. It's going to be a really good game. I think it's a pretty even game. It's really tough to tell because Auburn got a lot of talent on that team. They got a lot of weapons around it. They got a pretty solid defense. The only thing that's missing is a consistent quarterback. A quarterback that just doesn't turn the ball over. Is that too much to ask for nowadays? I guess it is if you're Auburn. Last year, that was their biggest problem. Now they got Oklahoma transfer quarterback in Jackson Arnold. He was kind of inconsistent at Oklahoma. But will he be more consistent with Auburn? We'll see. He has the weapons around him. And he has a solid defense to back him up as well. So, like I saw this guy on Twitter say, it's like a nice old car, but without an engine. And that engine, you need an engine to run that car. So, you need a quarterback to run the team, man. So, we'll see what Auburn has. On the other side, I'm really high on Baylor, too. Because Baylor has one of the top quarterbacks in the Big 12 in Sawyer Robertson. And a really good running back in Washington. The only question I have about Baylor is I don't know about their defense. Are they able to handle an SEC team? I guess we're about to find out. It's going to answer some questions. So I've been back and forth on this. Some days I've been thinking Baylor's going to win this game because I'm really high on their offense. And sometimes I think Auburn's going to win because they got weapons to keep up with Baylor. And they got a defense that may be able to slow down Baylor's offense. So this matchup is going to be really tough. I'm going to lean towards the side of Auburn. I'm going to trust in Jackson Arnold just to protect the football, get the ball to the hands of your playmakers. And I'm going to trust Auburn to drive on Baylor's defense more than Baylor on Auburn's defense. With that being said, I'm going to go with Auburn. The line is pretty much set. Pick them, pretty much. But I'm leaning towards Auburn in this one. Next matchup, we got Nebraska at Cincinnati. Nebraska is a sleeper team for me in the Big 10. Cincinnati is some people's sleeper for the Big 12. Not so much. They got a good offense. The problem with them is their defense. All right. Nebraska, they have a highly touted quarterback in Dylan Raiola. They added weapons for him. They improved the defense. So we'll see if they're able to gel together and get this team going to compete in the Big 10. As far as Cincinnati, I don't think they've been competing for the Big 12 this year, but again, that offense could cause some trouble for some teams. So this game is at Cincinnati. Got Sorsby at quarterback for Cincinnati. Nebraska's favored by 6.5 on the road. I'm gonna go with Nebraska here. I think Nebraska is good enough to win this game. I mean, it should be. I don't think Cincinnati's defense is gonna cause too much trouble for Nebraska. So, with that being said, I'm going to go with Nebraska on the road. Next game, we got Georgia Tech at Colorado. Now, this is also a fun matchup because I think it's two high-powered offenses and two defenses that could be leaving more to be desired with. So, with that being said, I like Georgia Tech. They're one of my sleeper teams for the ACC. They got Hines King at quarterback. They also have Jamal Hines. So, and they got weapons around for Hines King. This is a team kind of like that might surprise a lot of people this year. They were pretty good last year. Brought Georgia down to the wire. Beat FSU, which, I mean, a lot of teams did. So, not that impressive. But they got a lot of things going forward, this Georgia Tech team. I like what they got going on there. So, they'd be a good and fun team to watch. On the other side of the ball, you got Colorado. Now, Colorado, same thing. High-powered offense. The trenches could, you're asking for more from the trenches, right? They lost a lot of talent in last year's draft. They lost their quarterback, Shedeur Sanders. They lost Travis Hunter, but they brought in a transfer quarterback. Yeah, Colorado has quarterback Caden Salters and Julian Lewis. I think we're still waiting to see who's going to be starting quarterback. It might be Caden Salters, but they also got weapons all around him. So that should help them out a ton. Now, the key for Colorado to win this game, you got to slow down Hines King. Is the defense able to do that? We're going to find out. They weren't all that great last year. And until I see otherwise, I don't think they will be. So, Georgia Tech is currently favored by 3.5 right now, and they're on the road. Yeah, so I don't think Colorado's going to be able to slow down Hines King or that Georgia Tech offense. I think they're going to be too explosive, dynamic, and they are going to rely heavily on the run game. And I don't know if Colorado's going to be able to stop the run there. So I'm going to go with Georgia Tech on the road here. Next, we got Boise State versus USF. This game is at USF. Now, this is an interesting game because USF could be a little sneaky team. They could be a sneaky team. They got a good offense. They got a solid quarterback driving that car. They got Byron Brown Jr. He's the quarterback at USF. The problem with USF is their defense. Their defense, not that great last year. Will it improve this year? We'll see. The offensive line also has to protect their quarterback. Where Boise State, they lost Ashton Genty. They still have Maddox at their quarterback position. He was all right last year, I thought. Nothing crazy. But Boise State's a program. They always got guys in that program that will deliver. Now, Boise State, a lot of people are saying they can sneak into the playoffs. They could be the team that win Mountain West, sneak in, be that Power 5 team that sneaks into the playoffs. Will they have it? We'll see. I mean, Boise State, I think, is the better team. I think they don't have to worry about getting to the quarterback. I think they'll be able to bring pressure on USF's quarterback. And I don't think USF's defense can be able to I'll say I think USF's defense will be improved. So I think they might be able to slow down Boise State, but I don't think they'll completely stop them. So I think Boise State's still going to win this game on the road. Boise State is only favored by 6.5. They were originally favored by 8. And a lot of people are kind of labeling USF as a little sleeper team here. So this might be a game where we see an upset. I'm going to go with Boise State, though, just because I'm going to trust their offensive line, their defense, more than USF's. Next game, we got Bama at FSU. Now, FSU, man, I feel so bad for y'all, man. 2-10 last year after being ranked 10 in the preseason. You have to go through that season, and you got to start off this season against Bama. That's going to suck, man. Bama's favored by 13.5. It's not a question if Bama's going to win this game. It's if Bama is going to win by 20 or more. But FSU, they brought in a whole slew of transfers. They got a new quarterback in Castellanos. He's been talking some trash about Alabama. So we'll see if he's able to back it up. Now you got Bama. Bama got a new quarterback that better fits Caleb DeBoer's system. So I think they're going to be a really dangerous team this year. Watch out for Bama. I think their defense is really good. Their offense might even be better from last year. FSU, we'll see where their season is going after this game. We'll see if they're able to kind of keep it close. I think that should be your goal if you're FSU. And FSU fans, I'll probably just skip out this game. You don't want to watch this massacre. Give me Bama. Game of the week, man. We got Texas at Ohio State. Now, this is a banger of a game, man. Texas, we got Arch Manning versus the reigning champs. Now, the reigning champions did lose quite a few of their talents to the NFL, but they replenished. You know, they got a bunch of new guys in. They got Julian Saint now, their quarterback. Their defense is still going to be good. They still have the number one receiver in Jeremiah Smith. So, I mean, that's a lot. Now, Texas coming in with a lot of talent as well. They got Arch Manning, one of the top quarterbacks in the nation, according to many people. We got to see it first. We have to see it. They got a lot of weapons for them over there in Texas. And the defense is going to be really good. They got a lot of stars on that defense. We'll see if they're able to live up to the hype, though. Ohio State are the reigning champs. Texas are trying to go after that throne. It's going to be at Columbus. That kind of what makes it 50-50. It's 1 versus 3. It should be 1 versus 2. But I don't know what the committee's thinking. Or not the committee, the AP poll. But all signs are pointing to Ohio State winning this game. Because it's at their house. They're reigning champs. It should be. But I'm going with Texas. I'm buying in on the Texas hype. I'm going to say this team is one of the best teams in the nation. Not to say Ohio State is not. They're going to go on the road. They're in your trap. They're going to take your trap. I'm going to go with Arch Manning to show the world, the nation, why he's that guy. So I'm going to go with Texas. I think the defense is going to be overwhelming. I think Ohio State is going to take a few weeks to kind of get their flow going. So with all that being said, I got Texas. Another banger of a matchup. We got LSU at Clemson. Now this is the battle of the Tigers. Yeah, battle of the Tigers. The battle for the real Death Valley. But this one's going to be in Clemson. LSU, they got one of the top quarterbacks as well. Well, both these teams got two top quarterbacks. We got Nussmeier on one side, and we got Cade Klubnik on the other side. Now, LSU, Brian Kelly's probably fighting for his job this season. So they brought in a lot of transfers, wide receivers, a lot of edge defensive line transfers. LSU got a lot of talent. We'll see. They usually have a slow start in the beginning of the season the last few years. They struggled to win that first game a lot. And you got Clemson on the other side. You got Cade Klubnik. You got Dabo Sweeney. They got a really good defense. Cade Klubnik got plenty of weapons over there. The offensive line should be nasty. I like Clemson's team more than I do like LSU's. But LSU's team, they got Nussmeier. He's a gunslinger. I just think LSU's going to start slow again. And if they're going to start slow again, I'm going to go with Clemson. So for this game, I'm going to go with Clemson just because of LSU's history of starting slow. And I think Clemson's the better team here. So I'm going to go with Clemson because they're also my national championship pick. So I'm going to ride with them. And since it's week 1 of college football, we got games all weekend long. 2 games on Sundays. First one being Virginia Tech versus South Carolina. Now, Shane Beamer is the coach for South Carolina, but his dad is the legendary coach for Virginia Tech. So, this is an interesting game, a little family action going on here. Virginia Tech, not a lot going for them. They play in the ACC. The ACC isn't doing all that great. And you got South Carolina, got a lot of hype coming into the season. They got a really hyped up quarterback in Sellers, so a lot of people are picking him to win the Heisman, and they got a lot of talent on that team, especially their defense. They got Dylan Stewart at the edge, and he's a monster. He's projected to be one of the top NFL draft picks in next year's draft. So, with all that being said, I'm going to make this one quick. I got South Carolina winning this. They're at home. They're playing a Virginia Tech team that is not projected to do all that well this season. They can shock everyone, beat South Carolina, and ruin a lot of people's hopes on South Carolina, but I don't think that's going to happen. So give me South Carolina at home. Another one on Sunday, we got Notre Dame at Miami. Now, this is a very interesting matchup. Notre Dame made the national championship last year. Now, but they did lose a lot of talent as well. They lost their quarterback. They lost a lot of key pieces, but they still have Jeremiah Love. That guy is a dog. Their quarterback now is CJ Carr. Not too familiar with him, but he did beat out the other quarterback for that starting quarterback position at Notre Dame. Notre Dame is an interesting team. They have a really good coach with them. The defense is always going to be solid. But they're playing a Miami team who also brought in a lot of talent to the transfer portal. And they're desperate to make the playoffs, right? They got Carson back at quarterback. They invested heavily on that defense because that defense couldn't stop a nosebleed last year, right? They couldn't make the playoffs with the number 1 pick, NFL draft pick last year's draft, Cam Ward. He has to score like 40 points every game just to win. So it's an interesting matchup here. Miami's at home, which I think is going to favor Miami. Well, I think it do. Miami's at home, so it's going to favor Miami. Notre Dame is a really good team. I just don't know what that quarterback has, right? I think Miami can bring pressure to CJ Carr, and if they are able to do that, I think they have a really good chance for winning this game. I'm not too concerned about Carson Beck. I don't think he's all that bad as people make him out to be. Yeah, he did horrible in Georgia last year, but I think that's mostly because he didn't really have a lot of help on that team, especially in the wide receiver. But they should have some wide receiver help on Miami. So I'm gonna go with Miami to win this game at home, but I expect it's a close one. I've been tossing this one up. I could see Notre Dame winning this. It's pretty much a pick 'em, but I'm gonna lean more towards Miami in this one. Last game for this video, we got TCU at UNC at Chapel Bill. We got Chapel Bill in the building for UNC. This is an interesting game. We'll see what Bill Belichick has with his North Carolina team. They're gonna play a TCU team who has a furry at quarterback, according to Twitter. So those reports turned out to be false. I'm just throwing that out there, that he was claimed to be a furry. And I thought that was pretty hilarious. So they got Hoover at quarterback for TCU. I think their offense for TCU is going to be pretty good. I don't like UNC's team. I don't think they got the guys to pull off a win in this game specifically. They might win a lot of games this year because their schedule it's kind of light, not that difficult. But I don't think they're gonna make a lot of noise against like competitive teams. So I'm gonna go with TCU here. I'm more fading UNC than I am trusting TCU. I think TCU does have a really good offense. They might make some noise in the Big 12. We'll see what happens this year. But UNC, I don't think they're all that great offensively. The quarterback is going to be interesting to watch. I don't think they have a lot going on there yet. I think as Bill builds this program, he's going to start getting more and more talent to the team, and then they might be more competitive by then. But right now, I got TCU. I don't think UNC's there yet. But yeah, give me the team on the road. All right, that wraps up this video. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for our NFL picks video coming out maybe this week. Stay tuned. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep up with the channel. If you want more content, we post some memes and fantasy football stuff on our socials. So follow us on Instagram and Reese Football Podcast, or it's just Reese Football Pod. And TikTok, we got Reese Football 99. So stay tuned. Make sure to follow us on all the socials, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.